Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie. Let's have a look then. We're going to look at President Trump. I think it must be terrifying. It must be terrifying. You can deal with stalkers and everything else, but, you know, and the timing. Their timing, you know, why now and not 10 years ago? Why now and not 2 years ago? Why now, you know, just why now? Why did someone take his life or try to? No. Because they didn't know when there was going to be a next time, a next opportunity, okay? Isn't it how the shooter was shot? I mean, some people, you know, might say, oh, well, they had no choice, you know, they was told to do it, so they did it. Well, they was told to wait and all. Are any government agencies involved in this assassination attempt, okay? Has any government agency or agent been put up to, you know, are they responsible, basically, for trying to assassinate Trump? Absolutely, and I got this since the other day as well. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. And do you know what? Will it come out? Will it come out? Well, the shooter's dead. You know, everybody knows if you watched in a movie and on their film, you know, that this young bozo tried to, unstable individual, tried to kill your president, right? And we're watching it on screen. Of course you're going to go, oh yeah, it's, I bet the government was on it. And then right all the way through, and at the end, it's verified. Will the truth come out about the government's involvement in Trump's attempted assassination? Absolutely. Absolutely, okay. And I'm getting ahead of somebody ahead. So maybe this guy is in like a position, a very, very powerful position. Yeah, they have rules and everything, but I think this could seal the deal on Biden. More, you know, a lot of you know, want Trump in because he's the only choice, the only other choice. There's no doubt that this will have appealed to us, because whilst we don't want someone in power as president, we don't want no one shot, and we don't want no, you know, dark corridors and secrets, you know. It upsets the whole thing of democracy. If you're going to lose, you lose fair and square. And I think that's what the people are saying. They're going to be more, it's not about Trump, it's about, it's higher than that. It's how we see it as like authority. Just think you can do anyone, and you know, and threatening the free speech as well. I mean, it's disgusting and it's outrageous. And I've seen him walking, you know, like he had energy. How does Trump feel about that? I mean, you must feel in bits. Well, certainly your Secret Service. Why do they call them Secret Service if they're not a bloody secret, you know? That's always made me wonder. But, you know, here, it is feeling like, Jesus, it couldn't escape. Maybe that people saw him, you know, struggling with walking. You know, there was no escape, that's what he's thinking. There was no escape. I think he's lost... you know, does Trump believe that governments are behind this, especially Biden's. Well, I guess he'd like to think, that it was because he wasn't liked. He does think about this young man, and it's distorting. It's also very telling that the news media outlets and certain government officials, have played it down. What's Trump's biggest fear? Obviously, that they might attempt to do it again. I just hope I'm so wrong about this. But I think it was 4 years ago that I predicted Trump. Right, so 4 years ago on the last election, I predicted that he wouldn't win. I sent a short out, I think, saying Trump will want to cry. And then, lately I've been asking about him, and I still get no. Has this changed, Does Trump believe that, this will actually help his case? Well, it's as if maybe he's the fourth president, for anybody to assassinate him. I'll tell you what they do. They think we're stupid, right? And some of us are stupid enough to believe that this was just, a freak accident. No, this guy knew where Trump was going to be. He knew exactly where to position himself. I think it shook him, the realisation. It's not going to make him back down, but, I can see an awful lot of stress here and maybe even causing some kind of illness. Will the stress of all this be too much for President Trump? Don't matter whether you like him or love him, okay? No one should be playing those games, okay? No one. Don't care who you are. And it shouldn't happen in today's society as well. Honestly, them security services, I'd have done a better job myself. Is this incident gonna, make President Trump have some kind of health scare? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he couldn't cope with this and was grouchy and grumpy and everything, especially where his home is concerned. I mean, his wife must be saying, don't do it, back down, don't do it. Trump knows you can't back down. It is a shock. It is a shock. It's not like falling down the stairs, okay? It's somebody taking your own life. Somebody being hired to take your own life. That is such a scary, frightening situation to be in, no matter what you think of him. No one deserves that, no one. And if the government thinks they can get away with this shit, then they're not. There'll be eruptions. What did I tell you that's coming up in America? Riots, absolute riots. Will there be riots caused over Trump? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All organised as well. Someone who knows what they're doing. So I don't think that card is Trump at all. I know he knows what he's doing. Very serious, very serious. But this could be as well rioting over things that have been said. I know there's a court case going on regarding the riots of January the 6th. I didn't show much of an interest, I'm afraid. Okay, I always work barely, usually on titles, but this could come back and he's asking for peace and unity. Certainly doesn't want what went on January the 6th to happen again. That's why he made those, few choice words as well. We need to unite. How do Trump's opposers feel now about him? No one wants him off the face of the earth, unless it's a certain few. I think people are going to be very, very upset about this, because it's not, it's about democracy, okay? You can't just wipe out an opponent because you don't want them to be president. And that's what people will be more concerned with, that I see Trump as the victim, but it's the perpetrators that are going to get it. If I know one thing about Americans, they're not afraid to come out and speak their mind. They're not afraid to come out and, take action. They're not afraid to stand up for their own beliefs. And even, Trump's enemies, they'll also say that if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. How can this have been allowed, anywhere near allowed? You would have intelligence. Is Trump going to be okay, physically and mentally regarding this incident? How can you be when you suspect your own security staff? How can you? You know? There's a bloody line, isn't there? There's a line. You can't just go around killing people. For political reasons as well. He felt invincible, he felt loved by everyone. And now he'll be looking in the audience thinking, which one of you are going to try and kill me next? Will Trump win the election? Well, it certainly made him a figure that people will look at, who put people first. It's more than any other prime minister lately that's done, or president. I actually have looked into this and done a reading. Don't you think it's strange how many new presidents and prime ministers are going in place? getting replaced, you know, stepping down for one reason or another. Abdication in certain royal families. Will he win? Well, the Americans say trust in God, don't they? I think it's on your dollar, and that is exactly what that card means, trust in God. And if they can't stop him by, you know, shooting him, they will try in the courts. Will the courts, you know, be encouraged to make Trump's president status? Will the courts be manipulated to stop Trump winning the election? Will the courts? Will the courts? Well, I've got another woman here who was very destructive as well. And there's been a few headlines lately about women. So we got Stormy Daniels, you know, she was put up to her job. You've got Kamala Harris, you know, wanting to stand in his way. Hillary Clinton. Is Kamala Harris a threat to Trump's election? I can't see anyone wanting to vote for her. No, she'll suck up to him. There was another name, somebody said another name, and I thought, oh, you could be right there. She had blonde hair. Oh no. Is it Jill Biden? Does she, you know, is she going to be the next presidentess? Nah, she's out. That party is out. Is Hillary Clinton a candidate for being the next president? No. Where she once had influence and, you know, I did think it was her. So it's not Jill. It's not Camilla. Miss Harris will call her. Okay, so what obstacles does Trump face trying to win the election? Well, certainly in the run-up, you know, he's going to be worried and suspicious about people. He's going to be on edge. Well, you would, wouldn't you? You know, that's just normal. You don't need a psychic to tell you that. But I also feel it's about persuading people. Will he try and link the assassination to Trump? You know, will they say that it's come from his team? No, you can't bank on that. You can't bank on that. Certainly doesn't feel secure anymore. He must be looking around. You would, wouldn't you? You know, suspicious of everybody. We're looking at him and thinking, did you put him up to that? Did you have any part in that? I'll ask again. Will Trump win the election? Be clear, universe. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. I'm getting unsuccessful here. Will there be another assassination attempt on Trump this year? Two. So we've probably had one. And it wouldn't surprise me if we've got another one, because all the time in Trump's readings for the election process have all given me bad vibes. And I hope I am wrong. I hope that I've misunderstood this. Well, will Trump be alive for the election? Maybe truth and justice, you know. He might be alive. Is Trump going to have a stroke or heart attack or anything between now and the election? Well, I just see communication here. Let me just double check. How will Trump be alive? No. Will health issues or illness stop Trump from winning the election? Again, I get a woman. You've got a destructive woman, and I've got a destructive woman. I always get this card when if I swear too much, and I go, people put off, you know. Yeah, so she's a woman of a certain character, maybe. Don't know. Just see the woman. See a woman. I've seen her twice. And she's destructive because that was her life. You know, it's the way she was brought up. I'm getting it was the way she was brought up. Well, that's all I can say for now, guys. You know, maybe we leave it a little bit longer before we read on him. But, you know, in God we trust. Well, that's his name going somewhere. Probably a list of former presidents as well. Just ask about Biden. How does Biden feel about Trump's assassination attempt? He's obviously been in touch with their family. Well, I don't think... I'd be surprised if Biden was up to this. It's more about the people, you know. If you're going to knock somebody off, it's not going to be himself. I absolutely believe, you know, don't take no shit. They always say, oh, everybody will blame, you know, it's too obvious to be true. Do you not think that they know that? This is a guy that was approached. Probably maybe, you know, either alone or a part of a group. Did someone tell the shooter? Did someone instruct him and pay him to do that? Well, there's going to be more and more talk about it. More and more talk about it. What is a young man doing with a rifle trying to take out the president? Don't you think that's a bit extreme? We know he'd been bullied. We know that. We know in a way that he was a loner, but he's absolutely perfect for that job. Did the shooter, did he know that he would be shot dead? No, I think he thought it'd be in and out. Maybe he didn't expect to be seen by other people, but it was very obvious, okay? If you saw him, it was obvious. So there's money that would have exchanged hands, but there's money as well that we don't know about. So it could be that he's paid to his family or something. There's money there just in case. He's got himself involved, you know, something radical. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I'll be back soon with another reading, okay? Bye now. Bye-bye.